Illustration. Figure drawing. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to 1. Identify and explain figure drawing. 2. Illustrate simple figure drawing following the basic body proportion of human. 3. Appreciate the basics of figure drawing in developing your drawing style. Figure drawing is the art of drawing the human body in different poses or positions. Artists usually observe a live model, sometimes clothed, sometimes not, who stays in one posture for a few minutes. The goal is not just to copy what they see, but to capture the shape, movement, and balance of the body. Through figure drawing, artists learn how the muscles, bones, and joints work together when a person moves or stands still. It helps improve observation skills and understanding of human proportions, making drawings look more realistic and expressive. The term, figure drawing, is often used to describe life drawing classes, lessons where students practice drawing real people as models. These classes are common in art schools and academies because they help learners study the human body's shape, movement, and proportions in a realistic way. It's a fun and important way for artists to improve their skills in drawing people naturally. Let's explore why it's so important for artists. Figure drawing doesn't just teach us to draw people, it helps us see shapes, movements, and anatomy in a new way. By practicing it, artists develop stronger observation skills and a better sense of proportion and balance. Let's go over some of the key benefits of figure drawing and how each one helps improve your artistic skills. Discover foundational shapes. It helps you recognize and draw the basic shapes like lines, ovals, and squares that make up the human body. This skill allows you to simplify complex forms and make your drawings more accurate. Strengthen knowledge of anatomy. Figure drawing helps you understand how muscles, bones, and joints connect and move. By observing closely, you learn to draw the body with proper structure and proportion. Capture movement and balance. It trains your eyes to notice how the body shifts weight, bends, and balances in different poses. This helps your drawings look more natural and full of life. Learn to see living things. It teaches you to observe people as they move in real life, not just from photos. You become more aware of natural gestures and expressions, making your art more realistic and expressive. Drawing basic proportion of human figure. A. The figure chart. B. The pelvis. C. Legs and knees. D. The rib cage, nipples, and belly button. E. The shoulders. F. The arm, wrists, and hands. A. The figure chart. A well-proportioned figure shows the correct size and placement of body parts, no matter the gender, and is based on the position of joints. Start by drawing an oval or egg shape for the head, with the point slightly downward. Then divide the figure into 8 equal horizontal sections, using the head as a guide. In figure drawing, the head size is the basic unit for measuring and keeping the rest of the body in proportion. Average figure. An average person's body is about 7.5 heads tall, including the head. The body length is roughly 2 heads long from the neck to the feet. Ideal figure. An idealized or graceful figure is about 8 heads tall, with the body length measuring 2 1/3 heads from neck to feet. This proportion is often used to make characters look elegant or noble. Fashion figure. A fashion figure is about 8.5 heads tall, with the body measuring 2.5 heads from neck to feet. This proportion is commonly used in fashion illustrations to make the figure look elegant and stylized. Heroic figure. A heroic figure, like gods or superheroes, is drawn 9 heads tall, with the body about 2 2/3 heads long. These figures usually have a broader chest and longer legs to emphasize strength and power. To understand more, here is an illustration of Andrew Loomis of ideal body proportion at various ages. Various standards of proportion by Andrew Loomis and ideal proportion at various ages illustrated by Andrew Loomis. Next, add the pelvic bone by drawing a flattened circle between marks 3 and 4, with the hip joints sitting on mark 4. The width of the pelvis is about 1.5 to 2 head widths. Then, draw the spine connecting the head to the pelvis, which is the body's center of gravity and gives the figure balance and stability. When the figure is standing, the feet are aligned with the hip joints. If the leg is extended, the knee joint falls roughly in line with the hip and ankle, forming a virtual straight line. To draw the leg realistically, connect the hip joint to the inside of the kneecap, then to the outside of the knee, and finally to the inside of the ankle. This simple structure shows the natural shape of the leg and helps later when adding muscles. The ribcage is the third major volume of the body after the head and pelvis. You can simplify it as an oval starting halfway between marks 1 and 2, down to mark 3, but it's best to trim the lower part to reflect the actual ribcage shape. The space between the ribcage and pelvis is soft and flexible, allowing movement in the spine and changes in the belly shape, flat, soft, or wasted. The width of the ribcage is roughly the same as the pelvis, and keeping this space helps your figure move naturally instead of looking stiff. The shoulder line is about halfway between marks 1 and 2, and the width is usually 2 to 3 head widths, though it can appear wider or narrower depending on the pose. The line is slightly curved, but when the shoulders are tense, the curve can rise, making them look higher. The trapezius muscle connects the shoulders to the neck at the front and is quite strong, affecting the shape and movement of the shoulders in different poses. For the arms, the wrists are located around mark 4, just below the hip joints. The fingers usually reach about the middle of the thigh, near mark 5. The elbows are a bit more complex, but for now, you can mark them as elongated ovals at level 3. This helps place the arms correctly and gives a guide for drawing the full length of the limbs.